bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right?
Family, peace and love, peace and love. It's your boy Pierre Mason, best realtor in the nation. Your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, checking in with my man, 100 grand, Jay Maxey. Um, a lot of you guys have been doing the best thing that you can do, and that's liking and subscribing to a YouTube channel that we just collaborated on, with the main premise of highlighting what it is when you work with Pierre Mason from the ground up, right?
From zero to keys. That's why we named it Zero to Keys, built by Jay and Pierre.
Built by Jay and Pierre. So a lot of you guys may or may not know that we go way back, a lot of history, all the way back from like high school, right? We were high school football teammates. He was, older upperclassman. My sophomore year, as I was coming on to the varsity football team, it's like your senior year, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Senior year.
So what we want to highlight on this channel is a lot of the correlations from lessons learned in one of the most hands down team oriented sports that exists, and that's football,
All day.
and how it translates to real estate.
Correct. So yeah, what is also going to be based on is actually me starting my journey, and Pierre is my mentor. Like he said, we went way back when I was thinking about starting to get into real estate, but I never really did. Had other aspirations, even though real estate was my first love and working was just my chick on the side. But I ended up choosing my chick on the side, and I'm paying for it now. So I gave my guy Pierre a call and I told him, I'm ready. I got the will, the wit, the drive. Let's make it happen. And this is what we came up with. So it's going to be pretty much rough in you seeing me learning how to do things like make calls and things of that nature, different type of creative acquisitions, different types of strategies. So it's going to be rough, but built from the ground up. You're going to
Built.
see us guys grow together and get this thing going. So can you give them a little bit about
What to expect?
what to
Yeah.
expect?
Yep. Just kind of piggybacking off what he said, like in 2015, we both, I started out with the real estate investing guru community, and Jay was one of the first people who saw my vision, and he came and joined arms with me, joined forces.
Right.
And at the time, you know, he was trying to iron out what the blueprint to him actually, he had a lot of new stuff that was going on in his life. So, we did actually start property tours
We
and stuff
definitely
together, and
did.
we got a good base, a good foundation. One of the things that we're gonna go over on this channel is creative acquisitions, right?
Correct.
A lot of people are like, what does that mean? Well, creative acquisitions, the biggest myth or that we are here to break down and dispel is that I can't get into real estate because my credit not good. I don't have a ton of money sitting on the side, blah blah blah, right? Creative acquisitions show you how to actually go out and find the missing
deal.
pieces to the deal that you need.
Correct.
Right. We were actually just talking to his cousin about a structuring a creative deal, just like I would say maybe an hour ago. And one of the things that I suggested to her, because she's like, man, my credit's bad. I got this house with all this equity. And I said, have you considered maybe assigning the property to a LLC with you on that LLC, and you have a credit partner sitting as the primary person, and you'll be able to pull money out without even actually having to have your credit run or anything, right? That's called wholesaling.
Correct.
So that's one of the things we're going to talk about. Off market property sourcing. Off market means, as a realtor, I am a licensed realtor here at Century 21 Impact. One of the things that you have to do when you come to an agreement with a seller is list that property on the multiple listed service.
Gotcha.
Right? So the multiple listed service is where all the realtors go in. You get all the exposure in the world to market your property. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. how to develop a portfolio if that's something that you would like to do. And most importantly, we're building a community, right? We were looking
Definitely.
for like-minded individuals like ourselves who can join arms, join forces. Whether you want to become a licensed realtor or a real estate investor, we're here to join and lock in with you guys.
Right. So just stay tuned. Like I say, I am a rookie, but kind of not. But yes, I'm going to be like a blank canvas, and you're going to see me going through everything as we go through this journey. And yeah, watch me become a Pierre Junior guru or something to that effect. So yeah,
This is the way I look at it, right? When it comes to how the reason I show up the way I'm, trying to show up is because I knew I wanted to do real estate since we was in high school, bro. I was
yeah,
14 years old and I knew like
you were talking about it a lot.
it's in our yearbook. So, but I had no clue where to start. So this is for the younger version of me, right? So if you are someone with a high school teenager, my oldest is getting ready to transition out of high school into college. If you have a child that fits that demographic, or if you're out of college, you've been working, get in where you fit in, right? But
Correct.
plug into this show, pay attention to what we're trying to show you guys because we're just trying to empower not just individuals but communities through
Right.
real estate education and financial literacy.
Right. That's one of our goals as well, to build back up our communities and help the youth and help young people learn how to become entrepreneurs and become, business owners of themselves. There's other ways and other tools that can be utilized versus being out in the streets or not having nothing to do. So
That's part. So guys, look, join us on this journey. Please like, subscribe, and share. It costs you nothing to do those three things.
nothing at all.
Like, subscribe, share. We're trying to go out and just offer something that wasn't offered to us. So
Correct.
peace and love. We want to thank you guys for your
Peace.
time. This is JMP.
We out. Have a good one.